Welcome in, everybody. We got a lot of stuff to go over. We got Dave, Mike, and myself here on this Monday to start the week here on Instant Games TV. A full week. I think all the shows are actually live this week. So that's a good thing. But guys, how was the weekend? You guys actually busy in the store, believe it or not. Dead today.
Hellishly busy on the weekend.
It's a good weekend. Multiple Karens this weekend with their return. But other than that, all good.
We actually did. Surprisingly, we actually did get absolutely slammed with returns this week. Like we had a big return Friday. I'm trying to think of what it was.
Was it the PlayStation 2?
It was a PlayStation. So this is a classic dilemma. Can I go over this dilemma? This is a classic. So I don't think you were here Thursday.
Nope.
So Mike just walked in to when I was selling it, and Johnny was here as well. So we had a PlayStation 2 in the case. It's been in there for about a week. Guy comes in, wanted a PlayStation 3. I was like, no, we got this. So he was like forcing himself to buy the PlayStation 2. And the guy was, to say at this point that I can kind of tell when a customer is, what's that word? Difficult maybe, like it's a little just
They're showing signs of
like what's the return policy, what's this, what's that. I'm just like, oh, okay. Which is fine, but you can kind of, like, at this point, I can kind of tell what a returning ratio is of customers that return stuff, and it's just like, okay. So, and the guy's like, I get a box, and I get this. I'm like, so he ended up, it was a good, I think like a little under $181 sale. So it was a nice sale. Bought a couple games in the system, and off he went. Next day, he comes in. Doesn't work. So I goes, so first he starts by saying, the power cord's wrong, the power cord doesn't work, and this and that. Like, oh, okay, well, I can take a look at that. He goes, not the right power cord, didn't fit in. It was. So then I pop it in. He goes, and also my daughter was saying the disc tray doesn't work and doesn't. Mark, what's up? What's going on, man?
What up, Mark?
And he's like, oh, the disc tray doesn't work. So I look. Now, if a disc tray is supposed to be, if I can make it straight for the camera, if it's supposed to be like this, right? Mm-hmm. It was like this when I went to pull it out. Half it was pushed in. I'm like, okay, that's not what it's supposed to look like. So, of course, I hit it, nothing. Doesn't even make an attempt to pop out. I'm like, he goes, oh, yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're just as shocked as you are when I'm saying to myself, in my head, I'm going, there's no way this got tested like this because, when we test them, we have to put a CD in. Like, so there's no way, and there's no way this happened between testing it, going into the case, and So I'm saying to myself, probably not. So I'm saying to myself, in my head, I'm doing the calculations. Do I just flat out object this return, or do I just allow it to come in? And so Dan not wanting to have a problem, I just returned it all for store credit. And the guy was like saying things to kind of like, yeah, I don't know, you guys really need to check those. I'm just saying to myself, buddy, you're getting very, very close to me just rejecting the trade, or a return, because it most certainly wasn't like this when you bought it. And so, of course, I I tried to pop it open with a flathead screwdriver, and I popped the whole thing off. And it made, even when I took that off, it was making, the disc tray was just not, it just got jammed into oblivion. It just was just like, I don't know what happened. And then, oh man, he's dropping F-bombs and this and that. Dropping F-bombs and to say that we didn't have another one. Like, not like, oh, you guys, he's just like, oh man, come on, there's nothing. It's like, I really need one for my son. Just like, I don't have any. This was the last one, and quite frankly, it wasn't like this when we sold it to you. But so that was one return. I don't know what you guys would have thought about that. I mean, it just was that moment where you sit there and like, I don't think this was like this when the guy bought it. And more importantly, there's no way we could have tested it. There's no way we could even put a CD in. Like,
it doesn't happen very often. That was a particularly bullshit one. Customers don't hit us like that too often. They just break stuff blatantly and bring it in and pretend that they didn't. So.
Remember that Retrobit controller? All those months. Actually, excuse me. When it changed from Retrobit to old school, woman comes in with the GameCube controller. It reeks of peanut butter, and it's in two pieces. She's like, it came that way in the package. I think it was you and me, and I was like, that is certainly not how that came. And like, where's the kid you brought in to buy it? Why is the kid not with you now? What happened?
It's, and then didn't you have not? not the headset. Then we had the headset that got returned yesterday, and that lady was being a problem. But then it worked. And then her argument for returning it was, well, I got one at the dollar store for a lot cheaper, and I'm like, okay, so because we paid over $50 for this one. In my head, I'm going, I let Mike handle it. I was just sitting there, I was like, they're $39.99, not over $50. And she obviously just bought one at a cheaper place, and must be that she likes that. And
So it's too much of her sass.
So it's the PS3 return. It's literally the PS3 return. Oh, I bought this and then I found it cheaper somewhere else, so I want my money back. Like, nope, that is not how things work in the world.
Nope.
Like,
And then we had another one too. I forget what the other one was. We had 3 returns.
There's then someone with a couple of games, but
That's right. I had that Friday. I had the person that brought in a bunch of games, and they're getting to the point where they've been recycling them. So it's like one of those. It's like, okay, this is like your 3rd return now, and
it's called Insane Games, not Blockbuster.
it's like the guy that came in one time with a Game Boy Advance game, and he beat it completely, and he's just like, no, your warranty says I can return it within 30 days for any reason for store credit. He's like, I have beaten this game, and I would like to return it. And he's like, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to do that for you.
I'll give him credit for being honest.
And then he's just like, okay, he just left without a problem. And then he goes on the Better Business Bureau and attacks us.
Oh, I remember that guy.
Fucking crybabies.
Did it just sound like someone kicking our gate?
It did sound like someone kicked our gate. But what was it? I think it was Saturday. I came by with the phone and I was laughing, and Dan was in another headspace, as he has been the last couple days. So he was not having any of Dave's conversation. But dude calls in, you don't need PS4s, Xbox Ones? No. And he immediately goes on this like minute diatribe. Fucking kids being at home with their games and better longer come back into I swear to God, he said, the good jams are back. Like, I was like, oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, sir. Is there anything I can help you with? Beep. Like,
Whoa.
People, this was just a week of weird returns. I do remember that. Now you mentioned, I do remember that guy that went and posted that big thing on. Like, it was just like, and then we ended up calling him and having him.
We did do store credit on it, but
I think we called him because I think they had the number on the complaint, and we actually called him. You want to bring it in? We'll bring it in. And it's just like whatever, dude. Like it wasn't like a $20 game.
no, it was something he was just wanting to make a fight, basically for no reason.
But we've had a few of those over the years. Actually, not as bad as.
I was getting slammed when he came in. Otherwise, I would have jammed him up. If you're out there, piece of shit, man. But
Flip Juice, what's going on? Is that a Insane Games candle? It is, in fact, a Yankee candle with an Insane Games TV logo on it. So an Insane Games TV logo. The question is, we'll never turn it around. But if I'll tell you right now, I'll throw it out there. If someone can ever guess the exact scent of that candle, $50 store credit. And it's never reversed. It's always.
How long is that offered?
That is offered until someone gets it.
Flip Juice, when you come.
And there's no funny business. So like there's no like
Let me just.
if someone can actually not Vanilla Bean. If someone can actually guess and it's got to be word for word. It's got to be the exact scent of that candle. Obviously, we all see it from here. But
you have the answer right before our
so,
eyes.
Flip Juice, when you come to play pickleball, or Mark, or whoever else watching there, Mark's guessing pina colada.
It is not. Cinnamon swirl, it is not.
Pina colada would be yellow.
Would it? Yeah, well, no, it'd be like an orange. It'd be like an orange, I think.
Dan, you don't know color.
Pina colada, isn't that an orange?
Mine would be white. What are the two of you putting
Actually,
in your
he is
pina
right.
coladas?
There's more.
He actually is right. It's white.
Pineapple is yellow.
But pina coladas are white. Now that I think
Not
about it.
Mike's thinking of pina colada flavored things. I'm thinking of the beverage that I spend way too much on. Stand there and go, woo! Wait, those are white.
But I say right now, someone can guess. I'm gonna have to hide the candle now after this.
I
Can't leave it out on the floor anymore.
You could have Mark coming in one day. Hey, I want to look at the studio.
But if someone can guess that, because it's been on the set now since we've been at this new set, it's been here, and I always have the label facing. But don't overthink it. You gotta think color. Okay, so obviously pina colada is white. That's not white. It is somewhat color coordinated. Like you obviously got to think about like cinnamon. Who's that cinnamon swirl? That would be like a red. Clearly not red.
Do they still have it in stock at Yankee Candle? Because if that scent is still in stock, You could go to any.
No, they
candle.
don't. They don't.
I think they're out.
They're out.
Yeah!
I think.
That's an unintentional hit.
I'm gonna go down and check after this now.
Seasonal.
Can
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Okay, we'll say it's a seasonal candle. It is a seasonal candle, but I also feel like that can be year round. That particular scent can be
It
year
is,
round.
but it isn't.
All right, I say it right here. It's officially stamped $50 store credit to someone who can get that scent without ever finding out that they cheated to get it somehow.
How will you verify that?
What?
How will you verify?
Well, let's be honest. If Steve were to walk in here, we
Good old
blame
Dr.
everything on
Wiley.
He
Steve.
works here.
If Steve were to walk,
It.
exactly. If Steve were to walk in and go, well, Steve, you probably want to probably install it, so I'm gonna have to question that decision. Sugar cookie? No, I absolutely hate the cookie smell candles. I would never ever get one.
Why?
I don't like cookie flavored candles.
They smell like sugar.
I just don't want a
You know
cookie
what?
candle.
I thought about that for a second, and at first I was gonna be like, damn, big grapes. No, that's right. They smell really rancid after a while.
I'd say to just hate them though. It's pretty extreme.
I don't like them.
Just throw cookie dough in the oven.
I really don't like any food flavor candles. Like candy flavored candles, cookie flavored candles.
Slim Jim flavored candle?
They had it.
Candy cane scented candle.
No, I don't.
Cinnamon, you love.
Yeah, but that's not really.
It kind of is.
It's not really a food.
It's a
Okay.
flavor.
Okay, I like kitchen spice, and that's not really a food. I would call it like a spice, and the same thing as like a category cinnamon would be in. Coconut, vanilla, nope. I think we also should limit to everyone gets like 2 guesses a stream, and you got to use them
Get as many
wisely.
as you want.
All right. So so let's jump into this snowstorm. That's why it's been quiet today. We were predicted a snowstorm, so it's been quiet in the mall. Any predictions on accumulations?
Well,
Seeing
Dave
how they
came
were
in and he's
completely
just like-
wrong last time.
He's just like 14 inches. And that's just what
Oh no,
he
that's
did.
how much my mother down in Westchester had to shovel off the driveway.
They say it's
I thought
down
you was
west.
talking
They
about
say down
something
south.
else,
The
so.
further down you go, the more you're getting, from what I've read. I don't know how accurate that statement is, but they also said we're only supposed to get 6 inches in our last storm. We ended up getting 3 feet.
That one was something else.
But so let's jump right into it. It's been the news. I don't think GameStop has ever got more publicity than over the last 2 weeks over this whole stock saga with Wall Street. And we talked a little bit about it last week, and it's developed so much more since the last week. So I'll kind of go over it real quick. And so let me give you a breakdown of the stock. So I'll let you guys know. About a year ago, GameStop stock was about a little under $4 a share. Okay, so in simple terms, people buy shares, or you can just buy like an amount. I want to buy $100 worth of GameStop stock, or I want to buy 10 shares, so however you want to do it. Okay, so think about $4 a share, right? In September, it started to go up to like $11. Well, this Wall Street Bets group kind of got wind of some major hedge funds that were shorting GameStop stock. Now, what shorting a stock means is that people sell the stock at a certain price in anticipation that down the road they're going to get it for a less amount. So that's like me saying today, I'm going to sell you $4 of this stock, and then I'm going to pay interest on it until months later when I buy it for $2 and I just made some money. But in the meantime, you pay interest on the stock that you're shorting, right? So these big capital groups, hedge funds, they shorted the GameStop stock. While this Wall Street Bets group on Reddit kind of found out about it, and they're like, you know what, we're going to buy a bunch of stock. And they just buy it and buy it and buy it. So the pricing going up. Now, as the pricing going up, these hedge funds are paying interest on this amount going up and up and up and up and up. So think about it now, to give you an idea. It closed over the weekend at $325 a share.
Look at that spike. Just for visual for what Dan's saying. That is Wall Street Bets. That's that explosion in stock value.
The highest it's ever gotten over the last week or two, it did get up to 480 briefly for maybe like an hour or two, and then it went back down. So now you have these hedge funds, which has been all in the news that they're getting bailed out from other hedge funds that are helping them support paying the interest and paying the the premiums on all these short stocks that they have.
They have to. They have
Billions.
to support each other, because otherwise, the first time when that levy breaks, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes literally dog eat dog on those market people, when they start shooting each other in the foot, they're never going to stand with each other ever again. The amount of things that they're doing on Wall Street. I've had family, and I've done a couple things with Wall Street. Another thing Dave's done. It's extremely questionable.
Write it down. We have to add it to the Dave list.
It's like bullshit, almost illegal, but because they're doing it in a certain way, it just skims off of. But it's just like watching video game small business, perfect example. We eat each other alive. When one of us starts to collapse, everybody else poops on him.
Flip Juice is saying, show us. I think he's meaning. You saw the diagram?
I can pull that up.
Maybe just walk right up to the camera.
Yeah.
We'll give him an idea of what it looks like. But so what are you saying?
They absolutely have to bail each other out, because if the second that levy breaks, none of them are going to be able to stand next to each other ever again.
So now what comes into question is, what people are betting on is, when are they going to buy that stock? Because now they got to buy it, right? And the problem is they're paying the interest on it. They're losing money. So eventually they're going to be like, we just got to sell it and take our losses. So when they sell it, let's say at $400 a share, the price is just going to go right through the roof.
Because when they sold it, it was probably $4.
Oh, awful.
So, you check out the camera and make sure this is any bit.
I'm delayed, so it won't give it to me right away.
See this big old spike there?
Oh yeah, they can see it.
That's so this is 2005. It's $10.
Angle it downwards a little bit, Dave. There you go.
$20. 2020 goes right up, and they closed one day at $225. Of course, you can see it went up from there or down from there.
Let it go.
Can't be a podcast if we don't have a phone call.
So,
Jesus, straight up, exactly.
Exactly. So it's shot right straight up. So now the question that comes into play now. So now and they're saying it's a new age of Wall Street now, where people can physically bet from their home or buy and purchase and sell right from their homes, and they can do it. So now this new app, it's not new, it's been around for probably like 3 or 4 years, called Robinhood, comes into play. Robinhood, it's what's allowing most of these Reddit people. By the way, this Reddit group only had like 60,000 subscribers in their little subgroup. Now has roughly 6 million people in it, right? That's how many people now are like watching this, right? So when people wanted to buy a stock, the best app to use would be Robinhood. It's a free app, and they quote, I believe it's buying stocks for like the little people. It's like to help the average person. That's like their goal.
They run a famous promotion where if you buy a certain amount of stocks, they double your stocks.
Right.
To try to get young people who don't have a portfolio to try to build you one.
So most of the people buying GameStop stock now that's helping it go up in price are on Robinhood. Well, Robinhood on Thursday all of a sudden comes out and goes, we're not allowing you guys to buy these 10 stocks. And people are buying stocks like BlackBerry, AMC Theater, GameStop, obviously, and getting the most publicity. Even this mall's owner, Macerich, was in the news for it. Their stock went up 50%. So there's a lot, anything like Express or Next Door Neighbor, a lot of retail stocks were the ones that they're kind of doing this with. And so Robinhood comes out and goes, for your own protection and due to the volatile state of the stocks, we're now restricting these purchase of you can sell them. You can sell them, but you can't purchase them. Well, who owns 40% of that company are the hedge fund who is shorting the stocks. So now it's like cause an uproar. Like Congress is getting involved, the Senate, the House, the Congress. Everyone's now saying like this has become the point where this is almost illegal. Like someone should maybe face jail time over this. Like to restrict to say that the hedge funds are allowed to operate like this, but the people, the common person, which this app is created on, is you can't do that.
Imagine how pissed I was Friday when I got my paycheck and went and had Robinhood installed on my phone. Went to go buy some GameStop stock so that I could start making that joke on air as a GameStop stockholder, and then was told you can't buy any of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what a load of bullshit! I can buy stock in literally anything else.
Yep. So they went. Of course, maybe the one person you really don't want going after you publicly, Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports,
That's the guy they should be afraid of, Dave Portnoy.
Came right out. Who has the Dave? No, I'm sure it has a Dave. He's been doing all the stock trading stuff now. He came right out and attacked them, and it was like, this isn't right for the normal person, and this is that, and it was just like the whole media frenzy of it was just absolutely crazy. And it's just they've been on the CEO been on like the shows trying to explain why like this was the right call and it wasn't. It is just,
well, you people are dumb and you don't understand how our system works.
and I don't know. So it's been a lot of publicity things going on in Robinhood, and they got to get their act cleaned up now because they very well in a year could just not be there anymore. People are just leaving them left and right. I mean, why would you want your stocks if you can't buy and sell and trade, or at least you can't buy the ones that you want to buy? Why? Because the hedge funds are,
and that isn't in their UI or user agreement either. When you sign up, it doesn't say that Robinhood, they're legally not liable for what you do on the app. So if I spent $10,000 in stock on Charmin and lost all that money, they're not liable. So how are they able to tell me I can't buy that stock because it's dangerous all of a sudden?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, thank you.
I'll
true.
take my risks.
But yeah, so it's been this whole GameStop saga, and of course that has nothing to do with GameStop. Of course, they're just sitting there like, oh wow, this is cool. It's not at all like
free advertising.
Imagine that day. They're sitting in the office, just kind of like, some dude comes right, guys, have you seen the stocks? They're like, no, why would we look at that? It's really depressing. Oh, open it.
Mark, clean cotton. It is not clean cotton. However, I do love the clean cotton. I have that one at home. I love Jordan cashmere. I guess you're asking about the candle. No, it's not cashmere. Do they have one? I don't think they have the cashmere candle.
I'll look that up.
They may have it, but I know it's not at the store. But nope, no, none of those. So what else? So we got so you got that going on, and of course the Reddit group now is telling everyone to hold, because if they hold, the value will go through the roof.
Yep.
And I just the fallout of this, because eventually at some point the stock's gonna be back down to like $3-4, whatever the stock was, maybe 10, because it was going for 10 for a while in September. But at some point it's gonna come back down. And who's getting carted off in handcuffs after? I don't know. We'll see.
Dave Portnoy.
Who's gonna get carted off? Good question.
Nobody.
That very well could be. It very well could be the.
That would be best.
Robinhood will probably just get banned from trading stocks. That'll be the thing. They'll have to dissolve that, and they'll make another one in 3 months. Like,
it's true. Absolutely. All right, so let's move on to our next topic, pickleball. Obviously, we've been talking about pickleball here at the store for the last couple weeks with the addition to our pickleball court in the recreation room. Had some, these matches get a little heated at times, and they can get
just a little heated. Everybody's scowling around the store for 2.5 weeks afterwards.
They can get a little heated at moments, and Mike, you had some issues with the on-court calls and with Johnny, and first off, Mike has gone. I'll be honest. I lost to Mike the other day. Mike has a new strategy.
He got mucked up.
They didn't get mucked up, but Mike has a new strategy on the court that I wasn't quite ready for, and he did beat me. But Mike has getting close to beating Tom. So you already know when you're playing Tom, and Tom starts to question calls, and so like he's starting to get a little frustrated with the fact that he's just not putting away people so quickly. So you got people that you got Tom who's getting close battles of Mike, and all of a sudden, He's like, oh, no, that was it. And then his serves are right on the line. Like, his serves are hitting exactly on the line mark. And I don't know. You had some questionable, you thought the calls were a little questionable?
The ref, he does get to make the calls, but if he's not watching, I'm going to be pretty fucking upset when the games are as serious as they are with me and Tommy. I looked at him, he wasn't watching. He says he was watching, and I thought that the call was the opposite of what he was, but I say, if you're going to make a call, at least be watching, and then I could accept it. And then he watched the next one very intensely, and there was no issues, and the game was far closer.
It's true. I mean, I've had these issues with
Tom is a scumbag player.
Tom is playing. I don't know. I wouldn't word it as that. I would word it as cheap, maybe. Like he's playing to. I mean, he's playing the way he should be playing. I guess is what you know. But the reality is, he's playing like he's hitting it right to the ball or right to the line. And Johnny, who I'm not quite sure can see out of the 2 glasses he has. I mean, he can't see the line. He's just not. And he's just like, and it's just like, what? That was clearly out. And heaven forbid anyone goes against the Bishop on the rule calls. And Tommy, and of course, then you got Tom and
Tom's puffing him up. He's like, oh, Johnny, your rule calling's so good.
Yeah, I know. Of course, they have their fun little matches that are so competitive, and it's just like, whatever. Give me a barf bag, please.
So it's all been good. Dave's got his new paddle.
I was expressly told that I was not allowed anymore to use the one that was made for me.
By the Bishop.
And
that we
so
were just
I got super sick of using the shitty wood ones when everybody else was really super cool. Can I be super cool pickleball guy now too?
Yes.
Can I? Yes. Hell yes. Mike said it. I'm going to ride behind that for the rest of time. Mike said yes on the podcast.
Hey, he's got one of the nicer ones.
Did you show yours to the camera? I like the.
I've held it up a couple times, and Mike and I respect dinked the thing. Dan, I did wanna see if I can't get. I'm gonna see if I can't lure Boder to play me tomorrow, but it's not gonna be me. It's gonna be Bro Dave. You're gonna hear all sorts of verbiage that I never say. You're gonna hear all sorts of shit talk.
Whoa.
And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to steal. Bro Dave will steal a win just from throwing Boder off his game.
I'm very much looking forward to that.
But
Dave coming back into the picture.
Bro Dave doesn't make too many appearances, but when it
can't.
does,
He's legally not allowed to appear at the man household because he is too fucking loud.
when he shows up, it's a show. But he's got Bro Dave has his own ID card when he comes in. He's got to scan in. It's Bro Dave in.
He also has to call his his legal representative, his lawyer, to tell him that he's in a place.
There's parking spots out in the parking lot, and there's Dave, and there's Bro Dave.
Right in the mall manager's spot.
Walk into the security office, throw the keys in there.
I'll be back.
Leave it running.
But no, we have. So I get what Mike's saying with the whole
Dan was secretly smiling about. He's like, oh, why don't you go have a sig break and cool off? I know how those guys can be.
Yeah, I did. No. I think I can't say I necessarily got a moment of pleasure out of it, but it was a classic. I'm glad I'm not the only one that goes through it. Okay, first off, everyone was shitting on Dan for having poor attitude when Tom was beating me with the way he was beating me, and Johnny making the call. And I was like, oh, Dan, you're just a sore loser, Dan. You're just a sore loser, and this and that. But see, I make my voice heard out in the court when that shit happens. Okay, Mike was legitimately pissed, just like I've been legitimately pissed playing Tom and the way he plays. And then the way you have Tom play, I then throw in a few questionable calls from Johnny, and you just get enraged at the. That's just what happens. There's nothing to be ashamed about.
Then I just had I had 2 games in a row where he had a questionable call, and then I could have sworn he wasn't looking. He'll swear to the death he was watching, but I know what my eyes see. He knows what his eyes see. But
it's one of those things where, heaven forbid, you go against the Bishop's calls, and it's just like whatever.
You need to put the pyramid back up.
Yeah, there needs to be new. The points need to be recalculated.
Because if I have the same points as someone who just got hired, I'm really scowly about it. Gonna be real scowly.
New guy, 20. Dave, 20.
Can we hire another person? Because I've noticed now that all of our peons have disappeared back into the ether that I'm back to peon status, and I would rather not continue to have that.
We got some apps out there.
Yeah, we gotta get some. Yeah, we do gotta get some sweaty man's.
Sweaty man's.
But
You are correct.
But I do think now. Here's what I think. I think it needs to be well planned. Now that everyone's kind of getting into the pickleball and everyone seems to have their designated paddles, and everyone has they're committed into the pickleball scene. I think it's now that we really set a future tournament that allow people to not like, oh, we're gonna do it this Saturday. No, maybe end of the month we actually allow people to play and really kind of start getting really hardcore. And in end of February, maybe we do a designated winner take all tournament that Johnny cannot be in. I say that now. And
he said he himself has said he won't be participating in the next tournament to allow for him.
I think he even knew how ridiculous it was.
But he just loves playing, so he can't help himself. But
I don't know. What do you think?
Whoever wins should have to face him at the end, though.
Well, I do agree. I do agree. Like the winner of the tournament, whoever declared the so-called under champion, will say, should automatically go against Johnny for the right to actually become the full. But the sake of the matter is Johnny should not be in the tournament. Like I should not lose a pool play game to Johnny. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, that's a loss. Like, oh cool. That shouldn't count. I mean, I know Johnny wants to get on the court and play, but
I played with him the other day, and he's just like, "I'll play as many games as you want." Oh, we'll play until I die. I was just like...
He will play. He'll literally. You go out there and he'll play like whenever. He comes in and like, Johnny, I don't want to play right now.
Where am I when this is happening?
You just have to ask him. As soon as you see him, be like, "Let's go," and he'll be like, "All right." Hop off his little ladder and.
It's too much for me. I'm just like, no, I don't want to play right now. Leave me alone, Johnny. I love Jordan's Sun and Sandal. Nope, not that one.
That's so basically I have to do what I did to you today and get Steve to actually do the gimmick. I was very disappointed in Steve that he didn't go pickleball at you.
Who, to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
So pissed when I came out of the bathroom. I was like, Steve! And he was like, what? I was like, we practiced.
So, no, I think we'll have to do, maybe we'll get one scheduled for the end of the month, and then we can do 3 weeks of talking and shit talk and
I'm ready to compete.
Promos against other people and I also think we should, if we break them into the brackets, like or the groups that we did last time, I think we should do that in advance so we know who we're playing. So I can be like, Mike, I'm gonna kick your mother beeping asses next week.
Shows up as well.
There has to be a commitment. I mean, I think it'd be interesting. So maybe we'll get that into work. It's a little pickleball tournament end of the month. We can have the ultimate champion declared.
The ultimate champion.
All right, moving on to some in and out of the week store business. So I came in the other day, and I'll have to bring it up to the camera. Right? So I came in now. Think about this task. To come in, and there's a sheet that I have to pick the next channel emote. And because we have the Mike emote, we have the Dave emote, so I guess I'm next on the list for an emote made.
Heavily requested.
This sheet, it was on my desk. I now had to go through and try to find the face that I like.
God! Why did you scratch off those ones? Those are perfect!
So let me walk up and show the camera.
Oh my God, I love those ones!
So these are the ones that I have to come in and look at and choose. And I'm just like, there you go.
Young Dan, definitely be Young Dan.
So I'll let the viewers take a look at it for a minute. Pick your selections.
Oh my God, the yelling one on the top left?
So I'm sitting here and I'm tasked with which one should I pick here? Now, looking at them, the top left is the most recent one. That's like actually recent. If I had to guess,
That one was too crazy.
In what context did you send that picture?
it was I was mocking Tom. No, Tom, it was one of the videos, and Tom took a screenshot of the video.
Oh.
Those are the best ones.
It was one of those. Hey Tom, really?
Flip juice. Yo, the young Dan with the hat. That's literally money. That's the one we've been talking
By
about.
the way, that
too.
hat is a Michael Jordan Air hat. So I knew the shit back when I was a kid. Okay, Michael Jordan Air hat.
Young Dan with the hat is fantastic. Says Gigi. Hell, welcome Chloe. What's going on? Hell yes.
So I'm looking at actually the one in the one in the bottom left corner is not bad either. With the bowl cut. So I'm sitting here going, well, which one do I go through? Like, now on top of that, I'm trying to figure out which ones, when these occurred. Okay, like these two here occurred on the ladder.
Yeah,
Right?
I, was gonna say,
I gave Mike a mean look.
No,
And then
no. Do you remember what those are from?
What?
Those ones are when
Johnny
you
hit the
left
stop.
the store,
Yeah.
and I walk in, and Johnny just goes, "Is Dan in the back?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "You saw nothing." Walks back, makes absolutely no sound for 5 minutes, leaves, and then you come back. I was like, "By the way, Johnny was back there," and you sprint back there, and all your pops are gone.
He hit all my office pops up in the ceiling. So I was up on the ladder, and I think these are some facial expressions from when I was up there. The
And then
one,
we used them afterwards.
this one I think was from a dinner. I'm in a picture with Katie. So that one I'm actually walking through the Little League complex in my uniform or my board shirt. I actually had I was wearing a polo and shorts, but I had dress shoes on because I came there in dress clothes and forgot my normal shoes.
Can we discuss the evolution of the hairline as well between those two?
Grow up, Mike. This one's my actual this one here is my actual behind the counter one, and all my social media ones. That one I have no idea what that's from. That one I think is from a video that I was
That
doing.
was my favorite one.
This one? Like what is that? Like
That's a-
crying Dan or something?
It's like anxious Dan or scared Dan. That's from a Tom video as well.
So think about that task of coming in and having to pick one of these that I want. And I still haven't selected one yet. I don't know yet. There's a couple more that I think Tom has. I think one has a
You
5
have
head.
to recreate some of the ones that got cut off as well.
I don't think I can recreate those. I think they're
like-
perfect in their moment. Just you can't get a full. You can use this one. That one I think it's just cut off. I don't know why he can't get.
I'll look to see if I have those photos still. But I like that one, and chat is absolutely blowing up about young Dan and the J hat.
So yeah. So I don't know. So that was a fun. So then the next question is, what's the pecking order for future emotes down the road? So I was like, I don't know. You know, Austin's on the channel a lot. Boater. So it's like. So I guess I'm third in line. And so I think were you the first one or you the first one?
Mike was the first one.
Then you.
No. Well, yes.
Oh,
But
yeah,
Mike was the first one. People were very happy with it. You were requested. They got me instead, and people were not happy.
And then apparently
I
I'm
like the
third.
Dave face.
I like the Dave. I like them all. So
Love
yeah.
Tom's work, but
It's a
people
growing
were not
collection.
pleased that it was not Dan Face immediately.
But speaking of faces, you like the new Dream Team logo?
That was pretty nice. Tom overdid himself with that one.
Now what is that after?
I actually haven't seen the show, but it's after the American.
So the way I was
think
told that the
season one.
American, the show the Americans, they're up there, they're kind of standing next to each other like that. So it kind of mimics their logo, their logo stance a little bit. I like it. I was like, can I get the cartoon Dan?
You already have one.
I want a cartoon Dan.
It's
Dan,
I run this town picture.
That's not a cartoon.
You and I are cartoon characters. Let's not mince words. Mike and Tom are the ones that are going, huh? When we're doing stuff. So this, by the way, is the logo we're referencing.
Love it.
Badass as hell. Got super hyped yesterday when that got posted.
It's nice. I like that. Tom did a great job with that. Tom just always continues to come up with like.
His skills are growing with each one.
So I love that. That's a nice logo. So
Weekend Wednesday still has the best stuff. Just saying.
no, Dave got a new one too. Dave got the how long ago did he put the cat one on? Was that just a couple weeks ago?
The cat one's been here since the launch of the the store.
No. Okay, but not like. But I think like your overlays and everything got changed, where it has the logo actually has the cat on it. Or has that been there for a while?
That's been there for a while.
Oh, okay. So I like the cat. I like that Dave's got revamped a little bit. It's kind of like the shows get revamped in like a continuous order. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, okay, Dream Team just got touched up. You know, what are the behind the counter ones just got touched up. So it's kind of like now those ones will go a while until they get touched up. And actually, Mike, the Retro Wednesday, by the way, new poster just came in. You'll be debuting that on
Badass
Wednesday.
as hell. Badass as hell.
And the Dream Team set kind of getting done, but you kind of had the first cartoonish.
Oh, yep. I almost forgot about
So
the lips blending into the.
And for those ones, by the way, you absolutely have to tune in this week for Retro Wednesday to see the badass set that Mike is working on and the Dream Team set to see it completed. Don't be a wimp. Tune in on Wednesdays.
Mark Tom did a great job. He did. Mark, actually, OC5 is probably due for some graphic changes. I think he's still running the old style. I think he's like one of the last shows running the old, like the starting soon screen not being interactive. It's kind of funny when you watch on how it all like, you know, like first it was just like the logo, and then it was like the logo with like pictures of like Nerd Glasses had Dave and Boder, and then it kind of turned into now the starting soon screens are interactive, where they kind of have like they're moving around. Like the retro one's pretty nice too. Where he has like the retro bit gun shooting it in the
good old duck hunt.
But yeah, so some new I guess a new Danny emote coming, new Dream Team logo, so those are pretty cool. The other thing that came in, I have to show you. We now, as if we didn't, we now officially, this is gonna go in the lobby. We now officially own the trademark Insane Games TV.
I wouldn't hold that up too close to the camera, considering it has your address on it.
Oh, they can't see it from here. And
someone's gonna be like.
And with the actual stamp now on it, the actual stamp from the commissioner's office of the patent and trademark office. So pretty cool to get that.
Nice
Getting a trademark is not necessarily an easy thing. Like it's like you got to go through.
I was gonna say, hell yeah, Dan, bravo.
You got to like fill out the whole process for it. Then it gives you like a trial period where people can counterclaim like, oh no, that's not yours, or so it went like this was filed back. Just to give you an idea, June of 2020, and it just came through now. So we'll have to put that up in the lobby area. That'll be kind of cool. That was neat to get that in the mail the other day. So that was pretty cool. Big weekend, Super Bowl. We have any as we get to the end of the hour here? Any predictions? So we have we have the young Patrick Mahomes going up against the so-called GOAT of all time, Tom Brady.
GOAT of all time. GOAT is already means greatest of all time. You don't say GOAT.
Well, that's the so-called is what I said. The people think he is, but he may or may not be. Tom Brady. What are we going? We got the Kansas City Chiefs defending Super Bowl champions against the newly created Bucks and their roster of players that really have only been together for less than not even 8 months.
As someone whose team was soundly ass kicked by, I gotta go with the Chiefs. As much as nobody wants to see a second dynasty, for various reasons of either being the victims of or no longer being the dynasty. I want that walrus to be able to go up on the platform and hold up that trophy and go, ooh,
I like the pick. Do you have a score?
No, it's a Brady game. It could be enough. It could be zero score, or they could be in the 50s.
That I do think the game will be dictated by Brady.
Either
they're gonna lose because Brady did absolutely nothing and had picks after picks after picks, or they're gonna win because Brady had a great game. I think the Chiefs are gonna do what the Chiefs do, and that's rack up 34 plus points. I don't think the Chiefs get any less than 30 points. The Chiefs aren't walking out of there with 14, 21, 27. I think the Chiefs win with at least 34 points.
It's tough to bet against the Chiefs with everything going as it is, but just to be a troll, I'm going to say the Buccaneers.
Okay, hang on, let me write this down. Mike.
Because you could go either way, and I have kind of liked the Bucs.
Mike has the Bucs going what? Score.
Score, I would say 35 to 21.
Pretty close to what I was looking at. Dave, you picked the Chiefs.
Uneducated as hell at football, so it's you know what? Can I say it's going to be by a score?
Yep.
What do you think they're gonna? What do you think? How do you think?
Spread of
How much do you
7.
think the Chiefs are gonna score against the Buck defense?
Nobody really knows, so your guess is as good as anybody.
Hang on. I have a.
Yeah, while Dave's looking that up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs victory with a score of 34 to 27. I think they'll win by a touchdown, but I think they get over the 30 mark. Mark says the Chiefs 37.
28-21 in the favor of the Chiefs.
I like that.
I
That's
do
probably
think.
the-
So no one's accounting for field goals. Oh, I guess I am with a
did, 7.
27.
You did. You have the field goals in there. Yeah.
I guess I think the Chiefs. I think the Bucks will have to do. I like that. I'm pretty happy with my pick. I don't think the Chiefs will do much field goal kicking.
So what's the declaration? Closest without going over. We're gonna Price is Right the rules. The who wins this?
Is there a bet or punishment on the line?
Whoa.
So, we'll take it easy. We'll take it.
I think we're good. I think we picked what's. I think I'm pretty happy with our picks. But
Let's shit talk odds then.
anyone doing any like square pool stuff? Those gonna be a little interesting. I know they're getting like more and more popular now. Like it's just like everywhere I go on like Facebook, do you want to join this square pool? Do you want to join that square pool? I'm just like,
I think
it just-
Tom said he was getting.
I have
dipping
one. I'm
into
in
some of
one.
those, yeah.
I'm in like a $50 one. So I guess like it's just like if you, but the one I'm in, it's kind of neat. You know what a square pool, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. You know, mine's like if you land whatever the score is, like the ones that hit the tip get points. So it's kind of like the ones around the score. Then the final score is the one who gets. If your box is the final score, you win. But like if your box is like one score, let's say you have 7-0 and it ends at 7-0. The boxes around your pick get money for the quarter. So
But
it's
you
kind of
don't get any.
no.
Wow.
You got to have the winning score. We have a better chance of winning something with the corner picks. I mean, it's 4 winners every quarter.
Yeah, true.
You know.
true.
So not bad, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But all right. So we got anything else? You got Dave? What's going on with
So
Prop bets, yeah.
did you want to hear any of these?
Oh yeah, we gotta do
prop
that
bets?
too. Oh yeah, that's right.
So things you can bet on. You can bet on many things on Wall Street, but for the Super Bowl, I'm going to pick the ones that are less important and less structural. The coin toss. They are exactly even, but is it heads or tails? What team will win the coin toss? Exactly even as well. Makes sense. The Gatorade shower. The odds are in the favor of orange, but
Really?
orange, red, lime, green, yellow, clear, water, purple, and blue.
Is there a reason why
I always
blue
go
laughs?
blue.
That's the least.
I
Purple.
always go blue. Light blue, if that's an option, but blue.
Orange is orange number 1, right?
Yes.
It's always orange. I think. I feel like it's always orange.
Do you even when's the last time you've seen orange Gatorade? It's not a very popular flavor.
Don't we have some in the cooler in the back?
Yeah, yellow, red, blue, white. I think.
Wow.
Mhm.
Then there's national anthem props. How long will it take for Jasmine Sullivan and Eric Church to sing the national anthem? Will Jasmine Sullivan or Eric Church forget or omit a word from the national anthem? You can bet on that. Will any scoring drive take less time than it takes to sing the national anthem? You can bet on that as well. Over and under.
Those are fun.
The halftime show. You can bet on that too, because why not? How many songs will be played during the halftime show? Over 8, under 8? How many wardrobe changes will the weekend make? Over a half or under a half? Interesting that they're saying a half. Is shirt and just pants? If you change your shirt and pants, is that over one? Who knows?
That's awesome.
Will Ariana Grande make an appearance during the halftime show? Apparently there's action on that one. And what will the first song be performed by the weekend? There's a lot of props on Starboy, Blinding Lights, Can't Feel My Face, In Your Eyes, Save Your Tears, The Hills, Heartless, Too Late, I Feel It Coming, and In the Night. And then there's exotic props. Will a fan run onto the field during the game? Will any player propose to his girlfriend on field after the game?
Is anyone even allowed in?
Puppy Bowl odds. Team Fluff and Team Rough. Who's going to win? That's actually going to be filmed around this area this year.
Oh shit.
So, and then there's boring ones. MVP odds. Psh, nobody gives a shit about that. Player props. Nobody gives a crap about that. No one cares who actually wins. You want to know who's getting a Gatorade shower and that you picked the right color.
Head or tails, real quick.
Tails.
Heads.
Heads. Gatorade color.
Blue.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna say like clear. Like specifically clear or water.
I'm gonna go yellow. National anthem, how long?
Over a minute 59 if they're doing two of them singing it.
Are they singing together or?
It's Bill Double as Jasmine Sullivan and Eric Church are performing the national anthem.
Are they doing it like actually there, or is it gonna be like video?
I'm not sure about the logistics of it, but I just know that it's the two.
They
of them
probably will
together.
be there. They'll be in the middle of the field by
This is
themselves.
a
They should be able to do
over-under,
it.
right?
What?
It's an over.
It's
under
over
too.
a minute 59, under a minute 59.
Under.
Over for me.
Over. I said also over. What are you saying?
I'm gonna go under. May as well just keep it a little different.
Will they mess up lyrics
No.
from the national anthem? No.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm also gonna say
There's
yes.
only
That
one
happens
word
all
they
the
can,
time.
And they sneak it by you, and you never know.
Will any scoring drive? Well, the other half is you're not thinking about and the Rockets. You know they're supposed to say Rockets, but they didn't say Rockets. They said Rockets. Like that's not Rockets. That's not the lyric. Will the scoring drive take any less time it takes to sing the national anthem? Yes or no? Remember, this is Brady and Mahomes. I have
No.
to say, like,
You say more or less time or more time?
take less time.
Yeah, I could definitely see Tyreek getting one very fast.
I was gonna say I could see Tom Brady connecting with literally a million people. So I'm gonna say yes on that one. And then will Ariana Grande? That's the big one that we really care about. The Weeknd and his changing clothes, fucking whatever. But is Ariana Grande gonna be performing with The Weeknd? Yes or no?
I don't think
Yes.
she is. I haven't heard anything about
Well,
it.
dude, it's a surprise. They were not gonna tell you.
They do that?
They do a lot of surprises during the Super Bowl halftime.
I mean, the year
Destiny
Beyonce did, they
Child.
brought Destiny Child back for exactly 50 seconds.
Okay.
Um,
So, yes or no?
no.
I say yes.
I want to believe that she will, just because they haven't announced literally anybody else. So yes.
What other ones anymore?
That's all like
I
the.
think
That's all.
Those
The,
are quick, good ones.
those are the fun, stupid ones. Oh, you know what? Here, we'll ask this one. Will any player propose to his significant other on the field after
No.
the game? Yes or no? No.
I don't think there'll be too many people sitting next to each other to do it.
I'm trying to think which players are in the age group. I guess if the Chiefs one, I can maybe. Is Mahomes married yet? Maybe he would.
Are we talking players or fans?
Players.
Players.
Oh, players.
Will any players propose on the field?
Oh, that changed. I thought we were
I
talking
don't think
fans.
so, but-
No, I want to say no still.
I kind of wanted to say yes, but the way everything kind of unfolds after a Super Bowl, it's like.
I think it will happen. I think there's going to be one player on that 53-man roster that's going to have
That
a
would
ring
be
in their
cool.
pocket. They're going to get called in. They're going to be like, "Someone hold this."
Anything else?
That is it.
We got our. You want to bring up the other thing you wanted to go over?
It's is Steve serving people not tuna fish? Find out with the Subway court battle that's going on in California.
Whoa.
Apparently, they lab tested some of the tuna at random locations and found out that it was not. Subway, however, then did exactly what a company needs to do, and this is from the. You know what? Sorry, we're gonna get Steve fired from his job, but he then got an email from Subway, and they are doubling down on this. 100% wild-caught tuna, 100% delicious. Our tuna is 100% tuna mixed with mayo. Learn more. Click on the link. Save 15% on anyone tuna foot long on the app or online with promo code It's Real. So, they're double and quadrupling down on this. So if this were any chance that they were going to lose money in a lawsuit, they would have backed that up straight away.
Yeah.
But the fact that Steve, I subsist off of tuna for 15 years of my life.
See, I would never know because I hate tuna. So.
We already know Mike and Fish. I taunt him with it, but yeah. I'm definitely. By the way, tune in for Nerd Glasses tomorrow because I'm literally going to whip out a tuna sandwich and drop it on and be like, Steve, what is this photo? What is it?
All right. Anything else?
Oh,
Who's playing pickleball with me after this? I drove all the way here. Someone has to play pickleball.
Gonna have to be Dan. I gotta watch the floor.
I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the week here on the channel, and of course, I hope everyone enjoys the Super Bowl. Have a great and safe weekend. And the No Look podcast is up after us here tonight, 7 o'clock. I'm sure Tyler and Austin will be going over all the Super Bowl stuff. Big trade, Jared Goff and Matt Stafford. I'm sure Tyler and Austin will go over all that on the No Look podcast coming up here at 7 o'clock. Hope you guys have a great night. Tune in for them and see you next time.
Ask them about the wedding thing.